Please pay homage to the Buddha. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa.
Okay, now we have a samatha question again. When practicing anapanasati, a meditator's experience of entering and emerging from jhana is not clear. Should he continue to practice until he can clearly differentiate the difference between entering and emerging from jhana? Then he proceeds to higher jhana.
In this case, clear understanding also important. Five mastery also very important. When a meditator understands entering in emerging from jhana, entering into jhana and emerging from jhana, then he may be able to practice five mastery. If a meditator does not understand entering into jhana and emerging from jhana, and he cannot differentiate between entering and emerging, then it is not easy for him to differentiate. It is not easy for him to practice five masteries. So these five masteries are in every jhana very important. Without practicing five masteries, if they move on higher jhana, then there will be many problems. Many problems means they cannot maintain five jhana as well as they cannot attain higher jhana. Like foolish mountain come. A foolish mountain girl one day, while pasturing on the mountain area, from the top of mountain she saw a pond with clear water. Surrounding that pond there are a lot green grass and green vegetable trees, green trees. So because of this reason, she had one idea to climb down from the mountain and to eat green grass around that pond as well as to drink that pure water. While she is climbing down from the mountain, she did not stand firmly on the ground, her front two legs. Other than she raised up behind two legs. Then she fell down from the mountain area to the valley. She had no opportunity to eat green grass as well as to drink pure water. She also cannot go back to the mountain area again. In the same way, if a meditator does not practice five mastery in lower jhana, if he practice higher and higher jhana, then he cannot maintain his lower jhana as well as he cannot attain higher jhana. This is mentioned in Gavi Upama Sutta of Anguttara Nikaya. So in each jhana, please practice five mastery. While practicing five mastery, a meditator must understand entering into jhana and emerging from jhana. clearly.
Now, next question. When one radiates metta or karuna to deva, human beings, and Vinipatika, is it by the light of wisdom one can see those beings? And can those beings see the light of wisdom? How do the beings receive metta or karuna? By light of wisdom or Vedana? Can sayaDaw please explain how it functions?
With the assistance of the light of wisdom, some meditators, they can see devas and Vinipatika, holistic beings, partially, not fully. Other than they can sense metta. But devas also will see the light of wisdom. Whether they see or not, this is not your responsibility. They have left side 500, right side 500. Their bodies are very shiny. So they may do not notice your light of wisdom. Your light of wisdom is very faint. Their light of wisdom is very bright. Their shining body is very bright. They are enjoying spiritual pleasures. How they can notice you are sending metta to them? Whether they receive or not receive, this is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to accumulate metta, wholesome, jhana, karma only. This is your responsibility. One sending karuna also in the same way, you are accumulating wholesome karuna, kusala, karma only. This is for you only, not for devas and Vinipatika beings. If they actually received, maybe especially Buddha always sent metta to help beings because he had a lot of karuna. But it depends on their own karma. As long as their karma is not yet finished, they must suffer in hell. It is not easy to stop their suffering by sending metta or karuna. Because of this reason, many Buddhas teach the noble eightfold path, which is leading to the cessation of suffering, cessation of all different types of suffering. If they already added up to the all cessation of suffering, that is Nibbana, at that time only, all beings will escape from the different types of suffering, including sufferings in hell, in Veda world, in animal kingdom, etc.
Now, there's a Vipassana question. As soon as a meditator meditates Vipassana on the Nama Rupa, his mind sinks deeper and deeper and stays with the bright light. At that time, he does not see the Paramattha objects, but only the bright light. The condition is like in the deep jhana. Why he has this condition? Is this Vipassana samadhi or bhavanga? How can the meditator check and differentiate? If this is samadhi, can the meditator take this as a resting place like jhana? How long can he stay in this condition?
As soon as a meditator meditates Vipassana on the Nama Rupa, his mind sinks deeper and deeper and stays with the bright light. At that time, although a meditator thinks his concentration is very deep, actually it is not so deep. When a meditator only sees only bright light, at that time, that meditator should discern 4 elements in that bright light. At that time, he will see kalabas, If he can discern 4 elements in that bright light, he will see kalabas. At that time, please analyze those kalabas and please contemplate them as nature or dukkha or anatta. While contemplating in this way, at that time, please quickly go back to contemplate insight knowledge. Vipassana, insight, which is contemplating this materiality as nature. That nature knowledge, the meditator must contemplate again as nature or dukkha or anatta, etc. In this way, if he practices again and again, then slowly he may be able to see pramata nama rupa. Then slowly move back to discern 6 doors, 42 parts of body. And then those materialities should contemplate as nature, dukkha, anatta. At that time, occasionally he should contemplate internally, occasionally he should contemplate externally, materiality as nature, dukkha, and anatta. Then quickly go back to contemplate nama dhammas also. He should contemplate 6 door mental process again and again. At that time, he may be able to see nama rupa again. But while contemplating in this way, occasionally concentration may be deep, very deep, cannot move. It is true. But such type of deep concentration is called Khanika Chaitya Gagata Samadhi, momentary concentration, while practicing Vipassana. Although they are very deep, they already see pramata rupa or pramata nama, rising in perishing or perishing. They may see pramata nama rupa. If they do not see pramata nama rupa, then another possibility is when their vipassana insight becomes mature, especially if they had already attained Sankharupaka jnana stage, formations, equanimity, knowledge stage, many times. At that time, they may realize Nibbana. This is also possible. In Nibbana, there is no mentality and materiality. This is a possibility. But as long as they do not yet practice Vipassana systematically from Sammasana jnana to Uddiyabhya jnana to Benga jnana to Bhya jnana to Adinva jnana to Nibbinda to Mukti to Gamyata, then Patisankha to Nuloma, and then Patisankha Sankharupaka. In this way, if they do not practice systematically, do not yet practice systematically, then if they go into deep concentration, taking the light as object, then at that time they should discern the light in that light 4 elements. When discerning 4 elements, if they can clearly discern 4 elements, if they did not yet see, or if they do not see kalabas, at that time they should emphasize to see kalabas in that light. They should emphasize to see agasa dhatu, space element. Then at that time they will see kalabas. At that time, please analyze those kalabas. Please contemplate Brahmata Rupas as nature, dukkha, and anatta, and occasionally insight knowledge also nature, dukkha, and anatta. But in this case, I want to explain one problem. Some meditators, in this case, they are falling into bhanga. Because of previous concentration, they may see the light of wisdom, but actually they do not know nothing. In this forest refuge retreat, there is one lady. She is meditation teacher for about 25 years. She joined this retreat. Then after practicing, maybe one or two the focusing us maybe. Then I try to see the time is not enough for practicing vipassana diligently. Because of this reason, I taught her 4 elements meditation. She can practice 4 elements meditation systematically, and when she saw kalabas, she analyzed those kalabas. While analyzing those kalabas, especially she trying to see nutritive action. She did not understand this nutritive action. She must try hard for at least 3 days. Then again she tried to discern like faculty. At that time also she cannot see clearly. She must try to see this life faculty more than 3 days. Then again I teach her to discern sex determining materiality. At that time she don't want to practice. She want to give up this meditation. What is her reason? She don't want to practice so difficult teaching. She had already practiced vipassana according to her own way for 25 years. She had already realized Nibbana. Because of this reason, it is not necessary to see this very deep and profound ultimate materiality and ultimate mentality. It is also not necessary to see the dependent origination by meditator's own direct knowledge. This is her perception. What is the reason? She thinks she had already realized Nibbana. What is her Nibbana? That Nibbana is falling into Bhuanga. If she practices again and again, she can do Adhaitana, maybe 1 hour, etc. She can stay in that state, in Bhuanga state for about 1 hour, etc. If she had already realized Nibbana, it is not necessary to try hard for realization of this ultimate materiality, ultimate mentality in their causes. Not necessary. This is her idea. Because of this reason, one day she asked me to teach her only samatha. Then I teach her all 10 kasinas, 8 attainments. Then 4 sublime abidings, Buddha Notri, Marana Notri, and Asubha. Then the retreat also finished. So this is a great problem nowadays. They think themselves they had already realized Nibbana. This is problem. But in this case, if they had already practiced vipassana systematically up to Sankharupaka Jnana stage, at that time they may feel very peaceful, but they do not see ultimate materiality, ultimate mentality. But they see, if they see peaceful state, at that time the light of wisdom is there, it is true. But they gain this peaceful state if they can maintain their concentration for a long time. At that time it may be seen or realizing Nibbana also possibility. But Nibbana object is very peaceful and very tranquility. Not knowing nothing. So because of this reason, please take care in this case. If the meditator did not yet practice vipassana knowledge systematically stage by stage up to Sankharupaka Jnana stage, then it is impossible. Such a deep concentration is realizing Nibbana is impossible.
Now another general question. What should be the right attitude of a good meditation teacher and a good student.
What do you mean good teacher and good student? What is good? You should study Buddha's teaching. What is samatha? What is vipassana? If you do not understand thoroughly, then you cannot differentiate good teacher and good student. If a teacher teaches Four Noble Truth systematically in the right way, we can say this is a good teacher. But if the student also practices for realization of Four Noble Truth by his own or her own direct knowledge, then we can say this is a good student. But if they do not teach and if they do not practice Four Noble Truth, how we can say this is good? If they teach wrong practice, is it possible to say this is a very, very good teacher? Possible? Then if they practice wrong practice, then is it possible to say this is a very, very good student? According to Buddha's teaching, he or she is practicing. Is it possible to say like that? Not possible. So what is Four Noble Truth? What are Four Noble Truths? First, before practicing samatha and vipassana, you should try to understand what are Four Noble Truths by learning knowledge. Then, for realization of Four Noble Truths, what you should try? Samadhi bhikkhve bhaveta samahito bhikkhve bhikkhu yatha buddha pajanati, etc. Such and such short suttas you should learn and you should try to understand. Especially if you can study Mahasati Prana Sutta in detail, it is better. At that time, according to Mahasati Prana Sutta system, for realization of Nibbana or for realization of Four Noble Truth, if a teacher teaches, then this we can say this is a good teacher. But wrong Mahasati Prana, very, very dangerous. Then if a student also practice according to Mahasati Prana Sutta system, for realization of Four Noble Truths, then we can say this is also good student. Is it okay? This answer. Then if they do not practice for realization of Four Noble Truth, they practice wrong practice, can we say this is a good teacher and good student? Okay?
What should one do if there are negative thoughts arising during meditation? For example, negative feelings about oneself, particularly on one's meditation progress, and doubt on whether able to make any progress in this lifetime.
This is not your responsibility. What are negative? There are many meanings about negative. If you practice samatha, please focus on samatha object only. For example, if you are practicing anapana, please focus on anapana meditation object only. Don't think any other object. If there are negative objects, please remove this negative object and please focus on your meditation object. Okay? Because according to Buddha's teaching, negative object is 5 hindrances. 1 hindrance or 2 hindrances or maybe many hindrances or all hindrances may visit that alternately to your mind. They are negative. Don't pay attention to those objects. Please focus on your meditation object only. Don't think any other whether it will be possible or not. This is not your responsibility. Practicing is your responsibility only. Even Venerable Mahasiva, he must practice hard. How long? For 30 years. Such a meditator also must practice more than 30 years. You must practice more than 40 years. No problem. So within few days, if you want to become successful meditator, it is impossible because when our bodies are renounced, you did not follow. If you already follow, then you will become Arhat and then no Buddha. Because when our bodies are renounced the world, in Hatipala Jataka or in Yogra Jataka, many followers are ready in Kosala and Saudi. Before our bodies should become a self-enlightened Buddha. When our bodies should become self-enlightened Buddha, they are waiting like lotus flowers expecting the sunshine. When Dhamma sunshine sent to them, they are ready to open, to become bloom lotus flowers, blooming lotus flowers. So, because of this reason, in Kosala, in the Buddha, there are around 70 million people. Among 70 million people, 50 million became noble ones. In Rajagaha also, in the Buddha, about 50 million people became noble ones. Because when our bodies are renounced this world, they follow up to Himalaya. But you did not follow. So you did not go together with our Buddha. So please try hard. While practicing vipassana also there may be negative thoughts. Don't worry. Please emphasize to realize ultimate materiality, ultimate mentality and their causes. If you had already understood this ultimate materiality, ultimate mentality and their causes, then you should contemplate them as nature, dukkha and anatta systematically. However, there may be occasionally wandering minds, negative thoughts. Don't be worried. Please be back to your meditation object again and again. If you try hard, slowly you may be able to overcome these problems. But usually when practicing vipassana, if they had already seen ultimate materiality and ultimate mentality and their causes, usually such negative thoughts will be very rare. Why? Usually many meditators, they practice jhana first. Before first jhana state, there is excess concentration. That excess concentration already removed 5 hindrances. Because of this reason, 5 hindrances are a little bit far away to visit to meditators' mind. Based on this jhana concentration, they practice vipassana. Because of this reason, at that time also, negative thoughts are very rare opportunity to visit to a meditator's mind. So don't be worried. Please practice diligently. While practicing samatha before attaining jhana state, there may be many negative thoughts. Don't worry. Please remove. Then please go back to your meditation object again and again. Then slowly you may be able to maintain your concentration on your meditation object.
Why many great beings choose to practice in the Himalaya mountains in the ancient time? One teacher said that the Himalaya mountain is the ending part of Mount Meru. Is this true?
Mount Meru is one great problem in our Theravada Buddhism. But don't be worried. Himalaya is spiritual world. Everybody said that. Usually in every past life, they renounce the world and they meditate in Himalaya. This is one reason. Many Bhikkhu Buddhas, usually they practice meditation in Himalaya. This is also another reason. Many Arhats also, they practice in Himalaya. They are successful, like 500 bhikkhus in Metta Sutta. So because of this reason, Himalaya is spiritual world. Another reason is climate is very cold, weather is very cold. Because of this reason, they can sit for a long time. Under the sun also they can sit for a long time. This energy also very good. If weather is very, very hot, like to sit, they can sit for a long time. Huh? Okay, good. You can meditate in hot weather also okay, but Himalaya is spiritual world. If they meditate, they are very quickly they can attain higher concentration. This is one reason. Because of this reason, many bodhisattvas, when they renounced the world, they went to Himalaya. Mount Meru, according to our Theravada tradition, Mount Meru is inside the sea. Where is this sea? This is also a little bit difficult to say. Possibility is Mount Meru also invisible object for human beings. This is possibility. Some books they say Kailasa mountain is Mount Meru, etc. In Google, what called internet picture? What called? From internet, we try to see this Kailasa mountain. Kailasa mountain is very small. Mount Meru is very big, according to text. On the top of Mount Meru, there was towering sayaDaw wall. Towering sayaDaw wall also very white. And then in the middle there is Chatumarajiga Dewa wall. So, where is this Mount Meru is not easy to say because where is Dewa wall? It is also not easy to say, but they still exist. According to maybe some commentaries, the many stars are also the Devas mentioned. But for human beings, it is not easy to see these Devas. For example, on the top of some trees, there are also Devas. For ordinary human eye, it is also not easy to see these their mentions and these Devas. Is it true? Yes, in the same way only. Mount Meru also maybe in the same way. But this problem is very difficult to explain in our Theravada teaching. If you want to visit to Mount Meru, better way is you should try to possess psych power. Then at that time, if you possess different types of psych power, then you can explain in detail. You can visit to that Mount Meru. You can visit to the towering sayaDaw wall or to see the Dewa wall. You can discuss with bodhisattvas there.
With divine eye, they can see this Mount Meru. Divine eye, psychic power.
Maybe, because Kala Devila Isi, the teacher of King Suddhodana, when he became Isi, he stayed in royal garden of King Suddhodana. In the daytime, a human world is very hot. Because of this reason, he visited to Daurinsa Deva world and stayed there in day quarter time. Only evening he came down to human world again. He stayed in that royal garden in his kuti for night time only. So, if he visit to Daurinsa Deva world, then he may see this mountain also. This is one reason. Another reason is one day when he was meditating in Daurinsa Deva world, many devas are enjoying a lot of happiness. Then he asked to those devas, why are you happy so much? Oh, don't you know? Bodhisattva was born in your King Suddhodana's palace. At that time only he knew Bodhisattva was born. So, when he came down to human world, he visited to King Suddhodana's palace. And then he reviewed, he surveyed our Bodhisattva's 32 parts of characteristic. He decided he will become Buddha, self-enlightened Buddha. Then he reviewed again whether he will see this self-enlightened Buddha or not. Then he had no opportunity to see this self-enlightened Buddha because he will reborn in immaterial plane, arupa plane, especially in the ways of neither perception nor non-perception plane. What is the reason? The reason is he do not understand the method. If a meditator possesses already attained 8 types of jhana, then he can choose any jhana if he wants to specialize, to produce its result in future existence. For example, if he wants to be reborn in first jhana plane, like Sahambati Brahma, it is also possible. If he wants to be reborn in Vihapala plane, it is also possible. If he chooses. But if he wants to be reborn in Vihapala plane, he must specialize fourth jhana. If he wants to be reborn in first jhana Brahma plane, like Sahambati Brahma, then he must specialize first jhana only. But according to his own idea, outside Buddha's dispensation, they do not understand this method. They think among 8 attainments, highest jhana will produce its result. This is their perception. Because of this perception, they specialize the highest jhana, the base of neither perception nor non-perception jhana only. Because of this reason, he thinks he will be reborn in base of the neither perception nor non-perception plane only. This is their wrong perception. But before our Bodhisattva became self-enlightened Buddha, he will pass away. He understands his lifespan. Because of this reason, at that time he cried a lot. He had no opportunity to see our self-enlightened Buddha. So, if you have such power like divine and such power or Adivida, flying, if you can fly in the sky, etc., you may be able to see this Mount Meru.
We always hear about the universe and the 31 planes of existence. Can sayaDaw please explain about the universe, the design or man of the universe. Map of the universe.
I am no architect. I cannot design. But according to our text, the world is in the sky only, in the space. This world situated in the space. How many world systems? World systems are uncountable. There is one Sutta, Rohitasa Sutta. Rohitasa Sutta. Rohitasa is the name of one Deva. One day, he visited to the Buddha and asked one question: how we should go to the end of world cycle. At that time, Buddha teaches Kamanena Nabadabo Loka Santa Gudha Chana, etc. What does it mean? You cannot reach, you cannot attain the end of the world. If you use your foot, if you go to the end of world, you cannot attain. But Buddha teaches, I teach the end of the world to investigate in this body only. The meaning is you must investigate to understand Four Noble Truths in this body. If you can understand Four Noble Truths by your own direct knowledge, in this body as well as external body. Body means both internal body, external body. At that time you will reach or you will attain the end of the world. In this way Buddha teaches. At that time he informed his experience. Bhante, it is true. In one of my past life, I had been a powerful issue who possessed 5 mundane sex powers. I am busy to reach the end of the world system. World systems. I cross one world system very, very quickly. How quick? If an arrow shoot one skillful archer, if he shoot arrow, that arrow across 133. This crossing time, 223 to 823 will take how many seconds? Maybe possibility 1 second. Within 1 second, I can cross one world cycle. Then another second, I can cross another world cycle. In this way, I go to attain to reach the end of world cycle, world system. I across about 100 years. I cannot reach the end of world. How many world systems? Huh? So infinite universe. In the space, many world cycles. In each world system, there are 31 planes. Here also 31. Then another world cycle, there are also 31. There another world cycle, there are also 31 planes. So many 31 planes. Because of this reason, when our Buddha expounding Dhamma Chakka Bodhana Sutta, Dhamma wheel setting in motion Sutta, at that time, from 10,000 world cycle, Devas and Brahmas came to listen this Dhamma talk. Very quickly they came. But outside 10,000 world cycle, are there any Buddha or not? This is very difficult question to explain. But within 10,000 world cycle, only in this world cycle, Buddhas appear. Not in any other world cycle. But outside 10,000 world cycle, whether there are also Buddhas or not, it is not directly mentioned. Some think there are also Buddhas. Some think it is impossible. Only in this world cycle, Buddhas appear. When Buddhas appear, they appear only in Mijima Desa, especially Buddha Gaya. This is the original place. Every Buddha appear in that place. What is the reason? How do you know? When our world, according to natural law, disappear because of fire or because of water or because of wind, when re-established again at that time, first re-establishing place is this Buddha Gaya. Because of this reason, every Buddha appear in this Buddha Gaya place. Any question about this case?
Sayadaw, when the whole world disappeared, the next world form also Buddha Gaya for the next future Buddha.
This place, that place. How this world disappear, there is one theory. For example, at the beginning of the world, human beings can stay ready. At that day, many Brahmas, they have no enough jhana power. Their jhana karma finished to produce, to maintain their body in Brahma world. At that day, lifespan in Brahma world finished. They pass away in Brahma world and they reborn in Deva world or in human world. At the beginning of this world, these human beings are spontaneous beings. At that time, there was no male or no female. Appearance is male appearance only, but no sex. No sex determining materiality. Later, slowly, when they begin very long at that time, on this ground there are very nutritious fertilizer appear, like maybe like butter or milk. So some human beings, they cannot control their mind because of the previous attachment on food. So they put with their hand and they taste. Oh, very good taste. So they eat. At that time, slowly, because of food, the butt for urinate and for defecate appear. At that time, men and women appear. At that time, their lifespan is very long, uncountable. How many years is impossible to count. Slowly, they have attachment to each other, men and women. Then they married to each other. Then strong powerful raga attachment, strong powerful dosa anger, strong powerful avijja delusion appear. At that time, their lifespan slowly decreased up to 10 years. When lobha, dosa, moha became very strong and powerful, their lifespan slowly became shorter and shorter, up to 10 years. At the 10 years lifespan stage, they kill to each other a lot. Some people, they afraid. So they went to maybe Himalaya again. They ran away to Himalaya and forest, and then they meditate there. Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Ubeka. Because of this reason, when they already attain Metta Jhana, Karuna Jhana, Mudita Jhana, and Ubeka Jhana, their children become 20 years old. From 20 years, children, they became 40 years. In this way, slowly increase their lifespan up to uncountable lifespan. When Metta, Karuna, Mudita, and Ubeka the power of Metta, Karuna, Mudita, and Ubeka increase. So, from uncountable lifespan to 10 years, 10 years to uncountable lifespan, this is called one type of Antrakapa. 64 Antrakapas later, according to nature, this world was destroyed by fire or wind or water. At that time, destroying time how long? Very take long. Maybe 64 lifespan time. See. Then, after destroying, there was nothing. Even there was one touch, nothing. All disappear. At that time, big space. That big space also 64 Antrakapa time. See. Then, after that, world re-established again. First, there are very heavy rains continuously for many days, many months, many years. Then this rainwater slowly became solid. Then they are re-establishing this world system. Slowly up to the sun and moon appear. Maybe I forget something to tell. When Brahmas eat the fertilizer of the soil, at that time slowly Lobha, Dosa, Moha appear. At that time their body light begin disappear when they eat gross food. At that time sun, moon, stars appear in this world. So up to from that time up to that stage, also 64 Antrakapa time. So 64, 64, 64, 4 times is all one world cycle. This is the lifespan of one world cycle, one alien, one universe. So such type of universe are uncountable. But this is especially emphasizing for human beings. But within this world cycle, there are also 31 planes. In the same way, another world cycle also there are 31 planes. In this way, these 31 planes are uncountable, infinite. Because of this reason, infinite universe.
sayaDaw, each system has its own 31 planes. So other systems also have human beings. Other systems also have human beings. And then we can be reborn maybe there and then come back.
If you wish, if you accumulate one type of karma, if you wish, then you can reborn also there. Possible. If you want to visit, it is possible. Do you want to visit? Okay, good.
sayaDaw, this called Uttarakulu and Jambudvipa, different sides of human.
This is also a little bit problem. According to Pali text, Uttara Guru Jambudvipa, Abra Goyana, Boba Videha, such type of usage is dependent on Mount Meru. East direction of Mount Meru is Boba Videha. West direction of Mount Meru is Abra Goyana. South direction of Mount Meru is Jambudvipa. North direction of Mount Meru is Uttara Guru. Where is Mount Meru? It is a little bit difficult problem. Because of this reason, it is not easy to say where is Uttara Guru. But some Mahatheras, they think Russia is Uttara Guru, India is Jambudvipa, and Japan, etc. This is maybe Boba Virya, America, this is maybe Abra Goyana, etc. This is just their thinking only. No Pali text say like that. But our Buddha, while expounding Abhidhamma for 3 months in Davarinsa Deva War, every day he create Namida, another Namida Buddha, to teach, to continue to teach Abhidhamma in Tavarisa Deva. And then he came down to human world and went to Uttara Guru for alms round. After that he put his lunch every day near Anodada Lake. Venerable Sariputta every day visit to Anodada Lake and serve to the Buddha. At that time Buddha teaches Abhidhamma in brief way to him. After Buddha go back to Tavarisa Deva, went back to Tavarisa Deva, at that time Venerable Sariputta went to his place and teaches his 500 bhikkhu disciples this Abhidhamma. So now we are learning Abhidhamma. This is Venerable Sariputta's teaching only.
If an ordained person behaves in a worldly way, seeking name, fame and gain, is it more dangerous for him as compared to lay person? What will be the karma?
Fourth parajiga. There are 5 types of chora. Chora is thieves. Among 5 types of thieves, such type of bhikkhu is called great thief, Mahachora. Very great. Buddha condemned such type of person as a great thief who is stealing the food of country. This is Buddha permit Paindabhada to go to accept from the lay devotees for those who have enough pure sila. But he had no sila. Without sila, no sila means if he is seeking name, fame and gain. This is if he dealt, for example, I had already attained jhana, I had already begun noble one, etc. And then I can see such and such thing, such and such past life, such and such in future. In this way, he may do fortune teller. Whether it is true or not true, no problem. Such person is already parajiga. If he had already attained jhana or mega phala, he commit pachadiya. But if he did not yet attain any jhana or mega phala, he pretend to attain as jhana or mega phala. This is parajiga. Such a parajiga person, he search for name and fame, gain, telling, becoming fortune teller. Such type of person is Buddha condemned as a great thief. He always eat the country's food, stealing. Because Buddha permit this food for those who have pure sila. He had no pure sila. Without pure sila, he eat food. This is another way of stealing the food of country. What is his result? Buddha always condemned like Devadatta. If he actually did not yet attain any jhana and mega phala, if he says he had already attained jhana or mega phala, for pain and gain, then he had already committed parajiga. Because of this unwholesome karma, after that he will reborn in Avijit hell like Devadatta. So this is very bad result. It is better not to tell any achievement to anybody. If they ask, oh, you should not ask such and such questions to the bhikkhus. Buddha do not permit to say such and such answers, etc. We should prohibit. Are you practicing samatha and vipassana, or we are still trying? This is not so bad. But if they do not ask to bhikkhus such questions, it is better. Essentially, or as a bhikkhu, they should not tell their achievement to any lay devotee. But if it is necessary between Siale and to Siale, between bhikkhu to bhikkhu, Buddha also permit to discuss Dhamma. This is between bhikkhus or between Siale, this is no much problem for discussion only. Because if there is any difficulty, then they can discuss to each other, like teacher and student.
Some good meditators say that even as lay person, they can practice to reach to jhana and vipassana. And at the same time, they can continue to enjoy worldly sensual pleasures, which is the best of both worlds. As they say, in the Buddha's time, many lay persons also can practice and attain nibbana. If so, why should one ordain?
Maybe Samanera will like this question. In time of Buddha, they have enough parami. I had already partially explained. While our bodhisattva announced Dhamma, they also follow after our bodhisattva. They practice diligently in Himalaya. Because of this reason, they have enough parami. So they had already practiced in previous Buddha's dispensation also. Because of this reason, they have enough parami. But I want to tell you one system. This karma, their karma produced to practice for them to possess comfortable life. What is comfortable life? They have enough requisite to offer Buddha and Sangha every day. Because their karma already produce good results ready. Because of this reason, early morning they wake up and they prepare food to offer Buddha and Sangha. After offering to the Buddha and Sangha, when going for alms round in Saudi or in Rajagaha, they eat leftover food. After meal, many women, they carry in their hand flowers and candles and scents. They went to Jedavana monastery or Wilivana monastery, etc. They, inside monastery, they listen. There are many meditation halls. So they went to any meditation hall according to their own desire. In some meditation halls, Buddha teaches Dhamma. In some meditation halls, Venerable Sariputta or Venerable Mahamoggallana, etc. Some famous Arhats teaches Dhamma. They listen there and they practice samatha and vipassana diligently the whole day. In the evening, they went back to their home. At that time, gentlemen group carrying flowers and candles and scents. They went to monastery again. They listen Dhamma talk. And then they practice, they meditate the whole night. Early in the morning only they went back to their home. And then they prepare food again for Buddha and Sangha. So every day they do like that because their karma arranged for them to offer Buddha and Sangha any food. They usually they do not search for business. They do not do many business. Many. Their karma arrange everything ready. So because of this reason, they have contentment. They practice diligently. Because of this reason, they already became noble ones. Usually, such noble ones are not enjoying sensual pleasures alone. There may be partially. Partially means like Visakha, Ananta, Bendiga, etc. They are noble ones, Sotapannas, it is true. But they have a lot of enjoyment in round of rebirth, samsara. So, Kaisaka, Ananta, Bendiga, Visakha, such noble ones are called Buddha Virada Sotapanna. They enjoy to stay in round of rebirth. So this is exceptional. Only such noble ones are few ones only. But most of bhikkhus are renounced. Most of bhikkhus renounce the household life. And they ordain as a bhikkhu and they practice diligently samatha and vipassana. They had already begun arhats. But among lay devotees, there are only few persons who became anagami, Noradana. But they have no enjoyment in sensual pleasures because anagami but already destroyed sensual pleasure. This is few persons only. Usually most of noble ones are Sotapannas. But many bhikkhus in the time of Buddha became arhat because they had already renounced. They understand their household life is not easy. To practice this pure meditation, to practice this admonishment of our Buddha. Because the admonishment of our Buddha is very pure. Because of this reason, if they saw their household is very dirty, it is not easy to practice such and such sila, such and such samadhi, such and such pinya. So they renounce the world. Such type of meditators are also many. So because of this reason, they already became arhats. But you can test by yourself. Please enjoy sensual pleasures day or night. Then you can meditate. Whether you will be successful or not, you can judge your own self by yours. You can judge. You can give decision to you by your own self. It is better. If it is not easy, if you understand, then please renounce and please ordain as a bhikkhu. But if you think it is very easy, then you can do no problem.
Nowadays, there are many teachers who teach differently even when they have finished the course. As a new Buddhist or beginner meditator, how can one know who teaches the right way?
Maybe you should study Buddha's teaching partially, especially Tipitaka Bodhana Sutta, Ananda Lakkhana Sutta, Mahasri Brahma Sutta, etc. If you do not understand Buddha's teaching thoroughly, you may have enough confidence to wrong teachings also. This is possible. But if you do not understand right method, you may accept wrong method. But if you understand the right method, then you will not accept wrong method because you already understood this is wrong. So if you want to understand what is vipassana, then please also read Visuddhimagga, the path of purification. How you should practice samatha, how you should practice vipassana. But Visuddhimagga is very high class, high standard. classical text, so you may do not understand thoroughly while reading this Visuddhimagga. Usually many Westerners, they inform me, while reading Visuddhimagga, it is very, very difficult for them to understand the meaning of practice. Because of this reason, you should study under the guidance of skillful teacher. It is better. But as a foundation, I want to suggest you, without realizing Four Noble Truths, you cannot attain Nibbana, you cannot realize Nibbana, you cannot attain the end of suffering. You should have enough faith in this teaching. If you had enough faith in this teaching, then you should try to understand what is the noble truth of suffering, what is the noble truth of the origin of suffering, what is the noble truth of the cessation of suffering, what is the noble truth of the practice leading to the cessation of suffering. You should study first to understand these Four Noble Truths by your own learning knowledge first. After that, you should try to understand the practice leading to the realization of these Four Noble Truths. This is very important. Then what is the noble truth of suffering? Sankhitina Pichuparana Khanda Dukkha. In this way, Buddha teaches in Dhammacakka Bodhana Sutta, etc. So, in brief, 5 clinging aggregates are the noble truth of suffering. What are 5 clinging aggregates? You should try to understand what are 5 clinging aggregates. So if you do not understand the meaning of 5 clinging aggregates thoroughly, then you should study under the guidance of a skillful teacher. It is better. Then what is the noble truth of the origin of suffering? I had been explained many times. In brief, the dependent origination. This is the noble truth of the origin of suffering. What is dependent origination? You should try to understand what is the dependent origination by learning knowledge. Then you should try to understand by your own direct knowledge again. Then what is the noble truth of the cessation of suffering? This is the negative order of dependent origination. What is the negative order? When it will begin this negative order, you should study under the guidance of a skillful teacher. By learning knowledge, then you should try to understand this negative order of dependent origination by your own direct knowledge. It is better. Then what are noble truth of the practice leading to the cessation of suffering? This is noble eightfold path. What are noble eightfold path? What is samadhi? What is sama sankappa? What is sama vacha? What is sama gammanta? What is sama ajiva? What is sama vayama? What is sama sati? What is sama samadhi? This is the only way for realization of Nibbana. So because of this reason, you should try to understand the meaning of this noble eightfold path. At that time, you must try to understand this noble eightfold path by your own direct knowledge. It is better. But if you do not understand these Four Noble Truths, if you practice meditation under the guidance of such and such teacher, there may be many wrong practices. Many wrong practices will not lead for realization of Nibbana, for the attainment of the end of suffering. So please take care in this case.
Is it still necessary to memorize the Tipitaka, since all these can easily be stored and retrieved from the computer? What are the benefits to memorize the Tipitaka?
What is Four Noble Truth? Can you memorize? Buddha's teaching, for example, number 1, Bhuta Sutta. I had already explained 15 types of charana. There are 8 types of vajja. Among 8 types of vajja, vipassana vajja is very important. So, for the attainment of noble fruit, for ordinary disciples, savakas, vajja seat, charana seat is very important. Among 50 charana, there is 7 saddhammas, good dhammas. What are 7 saddhammas? Among 7 saddhammas, there is Bhuta Sutta. One pada is Bhuta Sutta. What is Bhuta Sutta? Ida bhikkhve bhikkhu Bhuta Sutta hoti sutta dharo sutta sanisiyo. Yedi dhamma adi kalyana mijje kalyana priyosana kalyana satthan sabhijana kevala paribhona parisauddha bhima chariya abhivadanti yatha rupasa dhamma dhada honti vasa cha parishchita manasa nubbakita dithiya sabdi vaidya. Idam hochati bhikkhve Bhuta Sutta. In this way, Buddha explains the definition of Bhuta Sutta. What is the meaning? You must learn Buddha's teaching. If you cannot learn all 3 Pitakas, you should learn what are 4 noble truths first. What is the noble truth of the suffering? 5 clinging aggregates. What are 5 clinging aggregates? The clinging aggregate of materiality, the clinging aggregate of feeling, the clinging aggregate of perception, the clinging aggregate of formations, and the clinging aggregate of consciousness. What is the clinging aggregate of materiality? There are 28 rupas. What are 28 rupas? If you cannot memorize, how you should contemplate them to understand by your own direct knowledge? Is it possible? What is Patavi Dhatu? What is Abo Dhatu? What is Tejo Dhatu? What is Vayu Dhatu? If you do not understand, is it possible to contemplate, to discern 4 elements throughout your body? You do not know what is Patavi Dhatu. I don't know. What is Abo Dhatu? I don't know. Is it possible? So, according to Buddha's teaching, Dada, you must memorize. Vasat cha prichita. You must recite by your mouth again. Then, manasa nubbakita. Mentally please contemplate these dhammas. Then, Dithiya Sopati Vaidya, while contemplating, while practicing these dhammas mentally, you must try to penetrate by your own right wisdom, samadhi. What you must penetrate? Atta doja, karana doja, pinyaya sotu padivaidya. Atta means the noble truth of suffering, 5 clinging aggregates. You must try to penetrate these 5 clinging aggregates. Then karana means the Sambhuriya Sejja, the dependent origination. You must try to penetrate this dependent origination by your own direct knowledge, both forward order and negative order. At that time only you can practice vipassana systematically. This Bhuta Sutta is very important. All Pitakas are explaining this 4 noble truths only. Then again the noble truth of the formations. There are 52 mental patterns. Among 52, Vedana is the clinging aggregate of Vedana. Perception is the clinging aggregate of perception. The remaining 50 are the clinging aggregate of formations. What are 50? if you do not understand, if you cannot memorize, how you should try to understand these aggregate of formations by your own direct knowledge? Is it possible? Not possible. Then again, consciousness, there are different types of consciousness. What are these different types of consciousness? Eye consciousness, ear consciousness, etc. They arise according to mental process and process free. What is mental process? I do mental process, ear do, nose do, tongue do, etc. So in this way, if you cannot understand, there may be many misunderstandings about meditation subject. So first you should try to understand what are five aggregates, or what is the noble truth of suffering. What is the noble truth of the origin of suffering? What is the noble truth of the cessation of suffering? What is the noble truth of the practice leading to the cessation of suffering, etc. You must learn by heart. Then you must memorize. Then you must practice to understand practically by your own direct knowledge. At that time only you may be able to become noble one. But if you cannot understand, if you cannot memorize these Four Noble Truths, how you should practice to understand these Four Noble Truths by your own direct knowledge? Automatic is impossible. In our Buddha's dispensation, now it is automatic is impossible. So you please do not wait automatic. But if they can memorize Tipitaka, it is better. Better means to promote our Buddha's dispensation. If you understand Buddha's teaching in different ways, while expounding Dhamma, you can also teach to others in different ways, according to Buddha's teaching. But if you do not understand the system of Buddha's teaching clearly, at that time, if you teach others for promoting this Buddha's dispensation, you may be not able to teach thoroughly. Sometimes your teaching may be wrong because you do not understand the right method. So because of this reason, what are five aggregates? Maybe some students, they inform me, oh, she had already penetrated 6 aggregates. Is it okay? Oh, I told her, who teaches you in this way? I asked. So she angry a lot with me and then go back. But such question also she don't want to listen. So very, very difficult. So if you teach 6 aggregate, it is okay? Is it okay? Very, very difficult.
Is there any way to know our own parami?
Please practice diligently, other than you will understand your parami is mature or not. This is the only way. But we cannot read your parami. Even Venerable Sariputta also cannot read his disciples' parami. So because of this reason, please practice diligently if you want to know your parami. Then that practice will give true answer. It is not necessary to ask fortune teller.
Sarah mentioned about faith is important in practicing Sila, Samadhi and Panya. For those who do not have enough faith to start practicing Sila, Samadhi and Panya, how to arouse their faith? And for those whose faith is shaken while facing difficulties in practicing, how should they arouse their faith again?
Usually such meditators, they should study Buddha's teaching by learning knowledge first. It is better. Other than they may gain strong powerful faith in Buddha's teaching. Other than if they practice Sila, Samadhi, Panya, they may be able to practice successfully. Some meditators, they have speculative mind. Such meditators are a little bit difficult to teach because they are always speculating. Some meditators, originally they are not Buddhists. At the time, their background, depending on their background, they may have a lot misunderstandings about the Buddha's teaching. So such meditators are also very difficult to teach because their mind is always confused. But if they have enough faith in the Buddha's teaching, it is very good. Enough faith in Buddha's teaching means, for example, while practicing anapana, if they can practice diligently this anapana meditation, they can attain jhana. Such type of faith is important. Other faiths are not so important while practicing anapana. In the same way, while practicing kasina, etc., they should have also enough faith. If they can practice according to Buddha's instructions, this kasina meditation, they can attain jhana. Such type of faith or confidence is very important. But some meditators, they say they have enough faith in Buddha's teaching, but they have no enough faith in their mind. It will be not possible for them to see such and such dhamma or to attain such and such jhana. They have a lot of doubt. So such meditators are very difficult to teach them. I must try, this is my responsibility. If I try, it is possible to attain jhana. Such type of confidence is very important. If they have no such confidence, it is not easy for them to teach for attainment of jhana. In one of Indonesia retreat for 3 months, there is one professor who is Muslim. Although he is Muslim, he wants to practice this samatha. So he joined our retreat. He can maintain his concentration on his nimitta thoroughly. His nimitta also became translucent and bright. He can maintain his full absorption up to more than 2 hours continuously. But when discerning Bhuanga mind, he cannot differentiate his Bhuanga mind and nimitta inside his heart. Very difficult. What is problem? I don't know, but he did not discuss with me openly. He cannot see Bhuanga mind and nimitta. They are different objects. He cannot see. Occasionally he see Bhuanga mind is another, nimitta is another, but cannot see jhana patterns. Cannot discern jhana patterns clearly. Then 3 months finished, then he also go back to his place. So I think he had not enough faith, enough effort, enough mindfulness, enough concentration, and enough wisdom. 5 faculties are not become powerful. If they are not yet become powerful, not yet become power, then it is not easy to be successful when practicing samatha. In the same way, when practicing vipassana also, they should have enough faith in Buddha's teaching. This is ultimate materiality, this is ultimate mentality. They should try to see clearly and they should have enough faith. Whether this is kalapa or no, whether this is bhava-rupa or no, very, very difficult. Whether this is life faculty or no, whether this is nutritive essence or no. In this way, if they have a lot of doubt, if they investigate a lot, Then because of the excessive investigation, enlightenment pada, the restless mind will appear. Other than they cannot penetrate pramada dhammas as they really are. So, one practicing samatha or one practicing vipassana, 5 faculties must become powerful faculties. If they become power, then it is possible to attain jhana or to practice vipassana systematically. Today, let us stop here. Idame Bonyam Asawakayam Wahahodu Idame Bonyam Nibbana Sa Bachyo Hodu Idame Bonyam Sabba Sadana Vajema Desabe Mesama Punya Bagam Labandu Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu